Hey, everybody. How's it going? I don't know what happened to my cold. There she is, that lady over there. Like,
Can you
where
see
did
me?
she
Okay,
go?
there we are.
There
I
we
figured it
are.
out.
Look, see how smart you are? Engineer
Yeah, I
you.
just got off the iPad and got on the phone.
The simple things.
Right. I was like, why are you on here? Okay.
Well, y'all, thank y'all for making the choice to click in today. We were sitting there talking earlier. Well, we were doing stuff, but both of us was at home. I was like, why don't we just go on live? We had needed a day to do our show anyway, because Mr. Trish
Right.
gonna be our child this week. So this was perfect. We did a pop-up podcast.
We
Who
here.
does
We're
that?
ready. We're
Yeah.
spontaneous.
Spontaneous. The only thing
Exactly.
about it, the bad part is that I did mess up. I do have to go somewhere, so we're not gonna take the whole hour of y'all. But y'all, glad y'all popped in, and I'm glad that y'all are enjoying the show. Like it's always been great. We've
Yes.
got so much wonderful feedback. Latricia, somebody, one of my friends, I don't know who it was. She's like, "Oh my God, I love her." I was
Oh
like,
my God. Tell her I love
"Yeah."
her too.
One of the people at my at the Galentine's, you'll get to meet them soon when we have another event.
Oh, good. Yeah, because you're going to plan something for our Eastern Star.
Oh,
Maybe you
that's
can
right.
invite
Oh,
them.
that's right.
You can,
I'll invite some of them and see if they're interested. Oh, for the social.
no, for the social.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be great. That could be one of my our outings for that particular group too. Now that I think about
exactly. So maybe we can do something
it,
in
get two birds with
April.
one stone.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what we talking about tonight? It's something we were supposed to talk about something last week, and I said, "Oh, I forgot. We'll save it." Do you remember what that was?
So we were supposed to be talking about love. No,
Yeah, it's Love Unscripted, and we had pulled out some little topics, but I still got some more left. But I just don't know
I
where
was
they
like,
at.
yeah, you were supposed to ask me that, and
No,
you were like,
something I was supposed to ask you about. I just don't remember what it was. And
I
we were
don't
getting
remember it
off
either because I brought it up. Because
you
remember,
know,
you asked one question, and I was like, that's not what I was expecting. I was
I remember that. And I was like, oh, you sure right. It was something else we were supposed to talk about. And I don't remember what it is. I don't even know what I did with the other questions though. They somewhere. We'll pull it out later. But we can start off. Did we talk about how many days a week do you think a couple should see each other?
it
Is
depends on the
there really a
couple.
number?
No, I think it depends on the couple, and which stage in their life they are.
What you mean?
Because I would say younger people, depending on what they're doing, if they're in college, maybe in different cities, then they may just see each other once or twice a month.
Oh, that's
You
true.
get what I'm saying? So then, if you are in the workforce and both of you are in the workforce and maybe not living with each other, then they
Mm-hmm.
just might see each other on the weekends, depending
Right.
on what part of town they're on.
Yeah.
And then if you're married, you got babies, and that's a whole nother thing.
Remember those
They
days?
right. You have to set a date night.
And you actually both parents trying to run from the house.
Exactly. So, and I've experienced that because you got a dad working these hours, you got a mom working these hours. So then you'll come together and be like, okay, we need a date night because we're not seeing each other. We're just seeing each other in passing.
Passing through
But
the night.
then,
Yeah.
then when you old,
Who old, Latricia? We not there yet.
I ain't called
Oh,
no
I'm just
names.
making sure.
I didn't call no names. What they say, the hit dog barks.
That dog will bark. I barked, didn't I?
Okay, so I don't want to say old. When you're an empty nester, let's say that.
Yes. Let's
When
go with
you're an
that.
empty nester, you still have that same. You can still have those same dynamics. Your mate may be working, you may not. You might be able to see each other every night, depending on what side of town you live on, how close you live to each other, and what you have going on. And then in other situations, you might only be able to see each other maybe once a week or whatever. So it's kind of dependent
And
upon.
I guess you have to compromise to make it
Yes.
work.
And guess what? I would say this. When you're asked the question or when you make the agreement, make sure you're truthful. Because if you want to see, if he says 3 nights, you got to maybe do it like spades. You got to be like 3 nights in a possible.
I love it. That was good.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like three nights in a possible. That way you always have that 1 or 2 day
yeah,
open. You don't
yeah.
want to say, yeah, I agree with 3 nights when you know
Right.
you really want to see them
I like that,
4 nights.
Latricia. 2 days and a possible. Because
Yeah,
guess what? On a Saturday, you may have had plans. I may have had plans at first, but then both plans failed. And now it's like we're both sitting at home by ourselves. So why we can't do nothing?
yeah. Why you
So
can't
that's the
send out
possible.
the WID?
What you doing?
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Which you, so I saw a post from Sierra, or a snippet of Sierra
Mm-hmm.
on I think it was Tamron. No, what's the little short lady?
Ooh.
She got the talk
Sherry
show.
Shepherd.
Sarah Shepherd. She was on there and she talked about you got 4 babies working on 5. He working, you working. Like, how do y'all make it work? And she said, for one thing, um, for sure that one Friday night is they like nobody. And said for them, they have to do that because of football season.
Right, right,
Football
right.
season is either they don't have practice or it's a slow day. So that is like sacred for them. We're gonna do on every Friday night. This is what we're doing. And to me, I love that because it's not like, oh, we're just gonna make sure we do 1 or 2 nights a week. You have to have specific days. That way, you will have marked out that day that this is what we do. So I don't plan unless things happen. But
Right.
anyway, so she was saying that that is their day. She said, and they love it, and it makes them, as we talked about long distance relationships, you miss that person more. And she said she thinks that's what keeps them young and love and spicy because they're dealing with the kids. But that one night, they get dressed up, they go out to dinner or whatever. And then she said, and sometimes I don't want to go nowhere. He likes to get dressed up and go out, but sometimes I just want to put on my Uggs, get us some popcorn, hug up, and watch a movie.
Right.
But I love that.
Right.
I give me some popcorn, let me wrap up next to you, and I'm good.
Yeah, and a distant relationship could work too, because we have date nights, so you might just want to watch a movie together. Like
Yeah,
you will synchronize the movie.
yeah,
Don't
yeah,
start it at this time. You're sitting there, you're talking about it, whatever. You
yeah.
get what I'm saying? Or you might watch your favorite movies together. Or you can even
Mhm.
play games.
Yeah,
You know, play games or listen to music.
yeah.
You play a song, I play a song. You know what I'm saying?
Like
And
a long
then,
distance relationship.
yes,
I
long
love
distance
that.
relationship. Yeah, I mean, that's what we do.
So Latricia, that lady over there, this is the Louisiana country boy.
Hey, Louisiana country boy.
Just what's going on, baby? How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
That lady over there. How you doing, that
Yeah,
lady
you
over
know
there?
her. You know her.
Her over yonder. You
So
her
country
over
boy
yonder.
says, country boy always asks me, what is dating? And I always tell him like it's getting to know each other, like going out, hanging. And I guess you don't have to go out, but
No, I'm like him. I'm not a dater. If I decide we going out and it's just gonna be me and you, we go together.
Hey, you know what? Hey, that lady over there. Look here. It's so funny you say that. There was this woman. There's this woman on TikTok, right? And there's some words I ain't heard in such a long time. And I was looking at her thing and I was cracking up. And you know what she said? Do you want to go with me?
Yeah, yeah. Check the box, yes or no.
You want to
and
go
they've
with
been having
me?
a lot of
We
those
go
on
together.
TikTok lately.
Right. Yeah, no,
Hey,
I'm black and white when it comes to relationships. Either we together or we not. I'm not that
yeah,
friends with
yeah.
benefits, none of that. You've been around me long enough to know either we go together, we not. I'm not playing with you. We're not doing that. I don't play like that. Like, what are we doing? And I don't ask.
Yeah.
But if I'm going out on a date with you, then we go together. I don't do dating going
So
out to
as soon
date
as
with
you
me.
go, so as soon as you go on one date, y'all go together.
No, I got pretty much I know that person. Like I'm not
Mm,
just going on dates with some guy that I met. I've never done that ever to
mm,
get to know you. It's most of my relationships have been people that I already know, or
mhm.
we may have been hanging out, and then now, like I said, we going out. We not
Right,
dating. We
right,
are going out.
right, right.
Yeah. So
country boy, how you feel
Yeah.
about that
Am I?
one?
Look, I'm with you. I can't look. My computer messed up, so I don't know if I'm on the screen or not.
no, I can't see
You're on the
you.
screen, but I can see you, but you're just frozen.
You can see him.
Yep, I see him.
All I see
Okay.
is black.
Now I don't see him.
Look,
But we hear you.
you can hear me. Well, good, good. That's all that matters. Is my
Right.
mouth. No, I think that I agree. I mean, that whole thing, it's really confusing. It is so confusing about the go together. Do we go together and going out on dates and all this thing? I mean, if you like somebody, you like somebody. You should. I mean, I think that's. I don't know. Like I said, I have been so up out of it for so long. It is so confusing. It doesn't take for me. I don't think it takes going out with somebody 10, 15, 12 times to figure out if you like them or not. Either you do or you don't. It's pretty much, for me, it's pretty much cut and dry.
Right.
2 or 3 conversations, like, you know what? Nah.
Right. That's me.
I don't think that it takes. I think that some people may act like it takes all of that because they just what we like it used to be. You're avoiding the red flags. You see them, but you're trying to not see them. So you're trying to make something to beat it really ain't. So you trying.
And see, I see it just the opposite. Like I have jumped into stuff thinking I've got something and we together and this my man or whatever, and then you find out that's not what they wanted. 1, 2, or you meet somebody they really nice at first, because I know people don't like that word narcissist. However, it is a word and it means something. You get those people that are for 4 to 5 months, they're very nice to you, they're charming. Then that 7th month, here they go.
But have you been dating? Have you been dating them for 7 months? And that's my point.
I feel like I need to get to know you and watch your mannerisms, because I don't know if that was you said that somebody said. I don't know what they send their representatives. I don't know who said that.
I did. I said that.
Yeah, I believe that.
So you got to get to a point to where okay, this is not the representative. This is really somebody and you get to notice their little mannerisms and see, is that something that you want to do? Do I like that you only want to see me 1 day a week? Do I like that, or do I like that you want to see me every 5 days a week? It takes time to get there.
So y'all are dating for that 7 months. Is that what you're saying? So y'all are dating for that 7 months.
If I date somebody,
I think 3 to 4 months, you should know if we gonna go together.
No, I think they can still send their representative for 3 or 4 months if you've only been seeing each other once or twice. So I think the difference for me is once we go out on a date, we are together.
Meaning we are seeing other people.
Well, yeah. Well, for me, because I don't date multiple people at once.
Right.
So, but what I'm trying to say is you are my partner to some extent, whatever that defines. Yeah, and I'm not just gonna be sitting up eating dinner with you trying to figure you out. We either is or we're not.
Yep, that's it. That is.
That's me.
I agree with you. That whole well, here's the other thing that I believe. Even when somebody sends their representative, there's something about their character that's going to show up. Their true character. I don't care if they send their representative. There's going to be a way that they treat the server. There's going to be a way that they treat the person at the door. There's going to be a way their trueness is going to show up.
Right.
They can't hide that. So once you see that, once more again, keep on.
There are some men that are really good, unless I'm just really naive. But
I think you see what you want to see.
Right. And we ignore what we want to ignore.
That's it.
Well, no, because sometimes for me, I've been in circumstances to where they really, and they probably really did like me. And I liked them. And they were great. They were fabulous. But then when it came to actually being exclusive, they didn't want that. They wanted to be able to do other stuff. I wouldn't have known that from us being together a lot, hanging out, me down there, me having a drawer. You
would have if y'all when y'all were hanging out, you would have been asking that question.
But that's what we talked about last week. Do we have to wait for the man to ask that question? No, you're a country boy. Do you ask that question?
It's very simple. What we hanging out for?
You ask that?
What we hanging out for? That's what I want to know. What am I going on a date with you for?
But do you ask that question?
I sure do. Point blank. What am I going out with you for? What's the reason?
Or do you say, hey, do you want to be exclusive? Are you ready to be exclusive? Or I want you to be mine. I don't want us to see anybody else.
What we going out for? What's the end goal?
Yeah,
What
I
is
would
the
be
end?
offended. I would be like, oh,
Well,
my
well
feelings
then
would be
if you
hurt.
are offended, then you ain't for me for.
Oh.
Well, for me, the guy, I'm like, if I'm going out with you, we together. But you gonna have to ask me to be your lady.
I got you. So you ain't you ain't finna assume nothing. And that's what
Right.
we should never do is assume anything.
Right.
Exactly. We had that conversation last week, right? Or was
Yeah.
it
I
the
mean,
week
but
before?
that's pretty look, the lady over there. When I say, well, what we going out for? And you gonna say, well, we going out because I don't date nobody and I'm not gonna be dating around. So if you trying to get for me to go out, then we gonna be together. Then obviously I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
be like, well, I ain't know if I want to be with you, then that's the only reason I'm gonna take you out.
Right. I'm gonna say you asked me why we going out. I'm saying because we go together.
There you go. Point blank. There it is.
Country boy, what would you say if she said that? When you say that, she said because we go together. What you gonna say?
You got one or two things to say. It's one or two answers. Well, we ain't going out then, or let's go.
Y'all already out.
Then you get up and leave.
Y'all at the restaurant, and she said that.
Then the date's over with. Because she has already put it there. It's one or two things. This is why I'm going out with you. If that's not what you want and you keep on doing it, then you're misleading.
Well, and here's the deal for me. I'm not gonna be sitting at this table eating no dinner with you.
And don't know where it's going.
And we don't go together.
Come on.
Okay, so on the opposite side, okay, country boy, you good. But let me say this. So some of the things country boy talking about a lot, just like me and you, that lady over there, is that you don't like the first time you meet someone and hey, I think I like you, right? You don't just stop and say and leave everybody alone yet. Because country boys like you, he don't believe in seeing more than one person. But I'm saying you don't see that person exclusively yet until you really realize if you like them. Because how did I put it to him? I can't remember, country boy, what I said to you about this. Like because I don't want him to just get somebody and that may not be the right one. You just stop.
Yeah. Well, I'm not, for me, normally if I get a relationship, I'm out of a relationship. Whether mentally or physically. Like I've never been. It's weird to me. I've never had to juggle two relationships. It's like you understand. So if I'm seeing if a new for me, my energy has always been if a new person comes in, he's already replaced that last person.
Right. But what if it's not like that? Like you just out there, you met someone. Oh, I think she's nice. I'm gonna take her on the man's side. I think she's kind of a nice lady. I'm gonna take her out to see what I think about her. You just because you take her out that day, don't mean that's who you have to be stuck with. I mean, stuck with wasn't the correct word, but you know, you might want to make sure that that's who you like. One day they ain't gonna tell you. Well, to you, it sounds like you and country boy feel like after one day, I know if I really like you or not.
Well, I'm not going on a date with him if I'm seeing somebody else.
No, you're not seeing nobody.
Okay. Well, for me, I would have already known him. Like I don't go out with just random guys.
Gotcha.
And maybe I should make that clear. Not random. You know what I'm saying? Like it's funny. You would have had to come in my life. We would have done something interactive, and then
I can't.
We hang out as a group sometimes.
Yeah, but just somebody that I meet at the grocery store. I've never done this. I've seen it. Somebody, you give them their number, they call you, y'all go. See, to me, that's that kind of stuff. Well, people have gotten married on dates like this, or whatever. So you meet them at the grocery store. Nobody knows them. No, all of this kind of stuff. And then y'all go out on 4 dates, and then he does, or like you saying, he winds up being a narcissist. Well, my whole thing for me is, first of all, there's an energy. We have to figure out what are you attracted to, and why were you attracted to some random person at the grocery store. Oh, he's so fine. Oh, he bought
He's
re-
trying.
yeah, at the grocery store.
He
Right.
stopped and he had a
You get what
conversation
I'm
with
saying?
me.
And,
His
oh,
Right.
he
conversation was really
or
good.
his cart had all steaks.
Right. Right.
But no, you can have a conversation in the grocery store.
Yeah, or the person at the man at the grocery store that you're getting. Oh, he's so handsome. It's like it's superficial things.
Correct.
Not for
And
me.
what would
I'm
not be
just saying, I
superficial?
know we're talking in general, but what if the person in the grocery store stops you and you really don't really be bothered with them, but they start talking and they actually are intellectual and they have good conversation for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, here's what I say about that.
Uh-huh.
So if he stopped you at a grocery store, who did he stop at his job? Or who did she stop at her job? Or who did they stop somewhere else? So why all of a sudden was it you? Because they're not, no one is attracted intellectually to you at the grocery store.
He looking at your
My ass.
Correct.
ass.
Or something. And that's,
You know that. You know that. He looking at your ass. He looking at your waistline. He looking at your brass as my grandma would say. You know, he come on now. And that's the thing that we as women have got to understand. And stop being victim of these men that's just looking at your ass and just got with you before the sex. And then what happens is they become the narcissist after you done gave them the damn sex.
right.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Because
But
as long
I guess the biggest thing for me, like once you get past all that, because that's old stuff in my it's 2037. I do think my male friends that I tell, y'all don't have to stop at the first woman you see. But I get what both of you are saying, but I still think for my brothers, my couple of brothers that I have, they don't have to stop. As soon as they see someone that's, as one of my friends calls a dime, I don't think you know if they use that term no more. See somebody nice looking, they think she's nice, and they like them. They take them to dinner one time as one date. I just feel like you don't have to. Okay, that's gonna be my woman. That's gonna be the one I'm gonna marry. That's gonna be the one I get.
that's not what they're doing. Yeah, those men like that are not doing that. Those men like that keep an arsenal of women that they take out on dates. They have a whole budget, a date budget. I'm just saying.
You got a date budget?
I got one for myself.
But so do you understand what I'm saying? Those are those, and they will be single forever.
Do you call them serial daters?
Yeah, I call them spoiled goods at this age.
Yeah. I mean, but here on the flip side of that, on both sides, male side and female side, there are some people that are just looking to be filled externally. They're looking for somebody to go like, "Ooh, good, you sure is fine," or "Ooh, boy, you sure is handsome," or "Ooh, you sure look good." They're looking for that external to pump them up.
I agree with that.
And they're so caught up in that they will be like, "Well, that's my man. Well, that's my woman," because she think I look so good, because he think, and it's all external.
Right. Exactly.
Y'all are saying that though, but keep in mind, all this external, all the superficial, you won't know that if you don't take some time to get to know that person.
Yeah, you do. Initially, because it's like, why you stop me? The only thing you could see was my ass.
Well, I'm not talking about the grocery store no more. I'm talking about now we getting back to what we talking about at first, because y'all saying everything is when you meet people, or did I get that wrong?
Oh, because they're stroking the ego.
I'm just saying that usually people are attracted to you by something to get you even stop, no matter where, even at the school or whatever. It's right. But once that happens, once you get past that, you say, "Hey, I'd like to take you out to dinner." The one first dinner I got to say, "Oh, you my man?" No.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
how does it go from a conversation to dinner? I mean, when do you go to dinner? How are you getting to the dinner table before we done had at least some talks about something?
Yeah, well, I just didn't say that, but I mean, yeah, we're gonna pass number. Hey, I think I would love to have your number. You pass numbers. Okay, now we've talked a few times. Hey, you want to go to dinner on Saturday?
Well, for me, like I said, I don't. Most of the guys that I've dated, I've interacted with in some sort of way. I've worked with them, and I want to say like work on the job,
Right.
but I've
It's
known them through school. I've known them through the community, whatever it is. And so by the time we go on a date, we together. Because
I
otherwise,
love
we
that.
no, for real. Otherwise, we just kind of chilling, you know. I mean, and when I say a date, it's a serious date. Like we getting all dressed up, doing all of that. Otherwise, we just grabbing some food or whatever, you know. But when it gets to the point where we are getting serious about it, we already together.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. I think you know, I think before going out, there should be so much you know about a person before. I mean, why not just pick up
I'm
Joe
not
or
a phone
John?
talker like that. We ain't gonna be talking to them. I want to see you in
Well,
your
I'm
beady
just saying,
eyes.
what's the difference between picking up
Because
Joe or
I can.
John off the corner and taking them out? Because that's basically what you're doing
What I'm
because you
saying.
just picked up a stranger at the bus stop and say, well, let's go out to eat because you look good.
No, you know the difference in those people. Because just like me, there are certain people I'm not attracted to everybody.
But
But
you're
if you
not a
want to
dater either. I never heard you talk about I'm going on a date with somebody.
cool.
You.
Yeah, I have. I've told you that.
Oh.
Country boy say something sometimes. I'd be like, I ain't tell you that. But
Right. But
even
I'm
right
trying
now,
to-
these are
yeah.
dates that we're dating so we can figure out and get to know each other and see if we like each other. I don't think that means he doesn't, because it's been 3 or 4 months. I don't think that means he's not or I'm not because we're trying to get to know each other. Because if you've had past relationships that weren't great, now you want to make sure that, okay, this is the one that I really want to, both parties have said we're not seeing anybody else right now. Both parties have said that of this couple I'm mentioning. Both parties have said, okay, we're not seeing nobody else, not done anything with nobody else, but you're still talking, hanging out, talking about family, and there's some interaction of getting to know each other, but just not on the phone. I don't think and it's just for me, and that's even in meetings and stuff. I don't like to do meetings just phone calls. Like musicians, I don't want to hear them on the phone telling me nothing because I don't believe shit they say. I want to see that, and I tell them, I want to see your little beady eyes. So either we're gonna do Zoom or we gonna go face to face because I want to see you when I'm talking to you. And that's just me. Yeah, they could be lying by doing that, but sometimes you can see body language. You can see different things that you can't see because I'm just sitting here talking. You can just be sitting there, watch just what you said today about being those meetings in person. People could be on the phone with you or on the phone with you, I don't know, digging in their nose, watching TV, ain't paying attention, but it sounds like over the phone they sound good. So that's why I say I think people need to at least see each other, whether it's at somebody's house or out in the. I do like when I first go out with somebody. I want to be in the public because you might lose your mind that first day or something. But I just think seeing people, having conversations in person, I just think that's different than me just talking to you on the phone.
Yeah. So
That's just me.
I don't
so
know. I
when you
came
go,
up in the country though.
yeah, see, I
We had the phone, and that's all we had. Mama, you wasn't finna go see no little nappy headed girl. Y'all
right,
talking on the
right,
phone.
Well, we 50
right.
something now because we don't have time to you don't have that much time to be not the days are different than that, I think, for me.
Yeah, what's the difference? What's the difference between you talking to them on the phone and finding out they full of trash, or
Because they
seeing
can
them
be
in
saying
person
anything
and
you on the
finding out they
phone.
full of trash? They
They
gonna
can
be
say, well, if it's a man, he could say anything and he in your face just to get what he want. You know,
Yeah.
well, I
But
will
if you've
say
been with
this. I'm a telephone person.
right.
I am. And I will meet, I have my friends that I interact with in person. I'm an in-person, telephone person. I'm not a texter
Right.
unless I just have to, because that's a lot.
I don't like texting either. I
So,
told somebody today, oh, I just wanted to call to make sure you're a real person.
right, because of the texting.
Yeah. A lot of even my daughter, both my daughters say things like, somebody want to know something about their business, whatever. Well, why they can't just text me? But this is your business. They want to talk to you. But why? What is it that they can't text me that I got to call them and talk to them on the phone for? Because the phone call is going to be way longer than me texting them.
Yeah. For me, I'm older. I like to call businesses to see if I even like your energy.
Yeah, I agree. But that's the same thing that I'm saying about with a dude. I guess, again, talking on the phone is fine, but I still am a firm believer about looking at you in your eyes. There's just something about, just like when my papa says, used to say, your word is your bond. Being able to talk to people and be able to shake people's hand and touch them and feel them is different than just talking to them through some phone line.
Right.
And that's just for me. That's in anything. That's in business. That's in a whole bunch of stuff. Now I'm having a compromise more with in this business I'm in, because a lot of people first of all, they just ain't gonna come when they don't want to do it. Whether you tell them I don't want to do you to do my show or not, whatever. But they don't want to come. So I have to work a little bit towards it. But my first thought is I do try first, hey, I would like for us to come together for one meeting. If we just have one meeting together, have a conversation, then we can start doing stuff from the phone and from text and from
right.
Your face to make sure you are what do you call it? Interested, you're involved.
Right. And you're putting the face with the person. I get that. Yeah. I'm pretty much the same way. If I'm doing something with somebody that I don't know as far as business, then a lot of times I will meet with you just to put your face with the person. Now, I have done business with people that I've never seen, and across the country that I've just actually just talked to them over the phone. So it just kind of depends. I mean, you really just have to trust your own instincts.
Right.
And go with that. And you have to trust your instincts and don't second guess yourself. Because it's the second guessing that gets us in trouble.
Yep, I totally agree. Got to go with that gut instinct.
Yeah. But see, my gut instincts oftentimes, not now. This is I we talk about we keep doing the same stuff over and over. I did make a decision that I'm doing things differently. But for me, my gut instinct back then was not the best instinct. So it just depends on you and the person. But I learned from those things to say, okay, now this is how I want to be. So again, it can depend on all of our different experiences that we've had, to be honest.
Right. And I will say this, that it's a difference between your gut instinct and your mind. Now, it's the mind that will lead us astray. But your godly Holy Spirit instinct is not. Right. And when I'm saying gut, that's what I'm talking about. So you have to be able to understand and distinguish the difference between your gut instinct and what your mind is telling you. Because that mind will have you all messed up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. When we take because I've seen people I met some people that's really, really good. And then you found like, Shy, you got a whole wife. So like that's what I'm saying. I need to see you outside so I can see. Are you able to come outside on a Saturday at 2 o'clock? Or not 2 in the morning, but 2 in the afternoon? And I'm joking about that. But,
right.
It's some things that I look for to say, this person got some married man tendencies, that kind of thing. Or so I have to wait longer so I can see, hey, is he just asking to see me on, I don't know, Thursdays every week? I need to see that. What's happening here?
Right.
What happened on these other days of the week?
Right. Yeah. What's really going on? Can you come out for Christmas?
Can you come out for Christmas? If my car breaks down in the middle of the night, can I call you to come get me?
What the hell? Yeah. What the hell are you doing? Yeah.
Country boy, you gonna come get me if I break down?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
I know you got 2 minutes, Miss Diva.
What you mean I got 2 minutes?
You said 8:20?
Oh, I was actually looking at my thing now. Yeah, I got 2 minutes. So I really like this conversation. It was a good conversation, good short conversation as well. But it's deep. Right. I think it's a lot more to it. It could go so many ways. I feel like if it was 10 of us, we'd all have 10 different opinions. Right. But I do take in stride what both of you have said about, you guys are not, and I see serial daters as something else. I see serial daters as people that that's what they want to do. Not a bad thing. They just enjoy dating people. That is not, because when I tell you about dating more than one person, I'm not talking about using dating, but being in a relationship. I see those as two different things. Right. I get you. When you meet somebody, I'm saying that just because you meet this beautiful woman today, that don't mean that got to be the woman that you got to marry today. This right there. That's all I'm saying. Right. No, I get that. No, you shouldn't be in two different relationships. No, that's totally different. Once you find someone that you really like and you say, this is what I want to make work, I'm going to see where this goes, then you forgetting everybody else. I'm done. I'm not seeing nobody else or whatever. This is it. This is what I'm trying to make work. So I agree. I'm on that wavelength, like Latricia. I'm only this person is who I want to work with. Now sometimes it can be you get tempted to not because you be like, what if it don't work? Then I sit here and put out, But no, I'm at this age, I'm good with putting all my eggs in a basket.
Right, because what you learned, if it doesn't work, what you got in this life lessons, hopefully.
Yeah.
From what to do, what not to do, you know what I'm saying? And you've learned some hopefully the person that you were with has elevated you in some manner and you have elevated them. I want to touch on the fact that you said serial daters. My whole thing is now if you done been on 55 days with 55 men, why you can't pick one?
Some people just don't want to.
Right. Like, and that's my point. Yeah. So
what is crazy?
What is that? Why you want to date every day with a different man?
I know some people like that, and I don't get it either. Like, first of all, it would be exhausting.
Exactly. That's why I'm a one man because it's just too much.
Yeah. And this person, she makes it clear with them that I just date people. I just go out. Now, let me just tell you this. This is a little bit off clip. So when we go to online dating, one of my guy friends, he was like, I ain't doing online dating because it ain't fair for the men. I was like, why? He said, because these women, when you meet them online, the first thing they want to go to the most expensive restaurant. I said, but that's your fault. Because you can say, but we're not going to do that first. And I said, if you ask for the date, you initiate the date like you should. We going to the coffee shop.
You got to set up the date.
He went on about 5 days before he realized these women was getting free meals.
And what does that say about you as a woman? Take your butt to the store and cook some food for yourself and your kids.
Get you a job. A job.
Right.
To take to wine and dine yourself. But I was like, boy, you don't take them to I asked them where they want to go. I want to go to Vic and Anthony's. And that's a no.
And you know that you're not going to Vic and Anthony's on your own dime. Period.
That's like those ladies that ask for a different. When a man say, we've been drinking all night, the little specials, then a man comes and say, they say, now I want to drink the most expensive drink in the house. You know
I want the Remy, baby. I want the Remy.
Wow.
I'm drinking the VSOP.
Yeah.
Wow.
Top shelf.
And they know they've been drinking Taco Vodka.
Wow.
Them little $4 drinks all night long. And then now somebody come up.
I'm drinking.
That's so
Scotty boy, when you ask people for a drink, do you ask anybody if they want something to drink?
Do I?
Go somewhere.
I don't
Maybe.
know. I mean, back in the day, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, back in the day, I was out, yeah.
But but now you're a little settled, huh?
Yeah, I don't have the time nor the energy. I don't have the time to waste time.
Right. And that's it. And that's my point. We ain't got no time for all of this stupidity.
I don't have time for all the dating and all the meals and all the this, that, and the other. Once more again, for me, the question is simple. Like, where are we going?
Yeah, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Why are we together?
That's even that. I mean, for me, this is how simple. It may sound crazy to a lot of people, but it's just this simple. That's with friendship. That's with anything. What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? Why are we doing this? Why are we maintaining this? And why are we trying to work on this that ain't nothing to work on? What are we doing?
That's true. That is true. My question, I think, is one that I think I like. It's the same question, but to say it a little bit. Are we going somewhere? Are we doing this to get somewhere? Are we just here and not going to do anything differently? But what I have learned, to be honest with you, that you can tell if you're going somewhere. You know what I mean? If the person is planning things for the future and planning for next month, I think that's a surefire way. And then when they say, "Hey, I'm not seeing anybody," and you say, "I'm not seeing anybody," I'm good with that. I used to ask that question way down the line, and it was too far down the line. Then the person's like, "Oh, well, no, I thought we would just."
Well, look, let me just put it like this. For me, baby, if I'm not including you in nothing that I'm doing, then I'm not including you in nothing I'm doing. And I mean that is, if I'm finna, Look, if I'm planning to go to Louisiana, but I ain't including you in my trip to Louisiana, I'm not including you. That means you are not a vital part of whatever I'm doing.
I don't agree
No,
with that. Like,
I mean, I'm saying for me,
planned,
if I'm not including you in it, then I'm not considering you.
well, but what if you already had something planned?
If I'm not including you, I'm not considering you.
Well, I don't feel like, because I have things, when I first started dating this person, there were things I had planned already. You can't add somebody to a cruise. So I can't say, well, no, I can't do that because I'm going on a cruise. It was already planned. Or if I had already planned to go with my daughters on this date that you mentioned, or you can't go because these plans were made 3-4 months. A cruise is planned a year ahead. So there are things that come into play. I get what you're saying. Like if the person now said, hey, I'm going to, Jamaica next month, and they hadn't planned this is something new, then I would be feeling some weird kind of way. But the person has planned their vacation a year ago. They've made their payments, got their hotels and stuff. I wouldn't have that issue that they would just have to add me, that long as they have some plan for me in addition to that. Like they say, okay, well, I got this going, but we're gonna go here.
Well, that's why, again, if they're not including you, they're not including you. And what you just said is
I don't have to put you in everything in my life.
No, I'm saying that part, what you just said, like, okay, well, this was already planned, but you know what? I'm finna include you.
But
because you weren't even a thought then, but I'm finna include you.
But you can't do that. You can't. I can't add you to a cruise.
I'm not saying into that, but
I'm going to
add you into something. I'm not going to move. Yes, I had something planned 2 years ago. Okay. I can't change that.
Right.
Well, I met you a year ago. So now if I plan something next month and you
right. That's what I said. Okay, we're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're saying the same thing. That's what I was saying. As long as you say, like, you may have a trip to, Cabo, or already had a trip planned to Vegas this summer. It's already planned. But you say, okay, well, I'm already doing this. It was already planned. But for August, we're going to do this. But I'm also add one more thing to that, though, Country Boy. I don't know how you feel about that, because you tend to be a little old school, too. I think Latricia's traditional. I am okay, especially when you're, again, that's another part of dating to me. So you can decide if you want to do that or not. Before you got on, we talked about how many days a week do you think you should see that person, right? Do you for dating, how many weeks do you think you should see somebody? We talked about that. And we talked about the different scenarios of why you may not see each other, why you say, 2 days is quite enough because I got a lot of shit going on in my life. I got this, I got that, I got committees, da-da-da-da. But also, if you are someone that has this conversation with someone when you first kind of meet them, or when you date and you think you may be serious, hey, once a year, I do like to take a weekend by myself, just me. And this is something I do every year. This is something that's sacred to me. And I just like to do that. I wouldn't have that issue with somebody. Because somebody else said, what if they go with somebody? I have to have trust in this person that's it. If we do stuff all the time and you say, hey, once a year, I want to do something by myself, I don't have that issue. Would you guys?
Oh, I don't have that issue. I feel like at this age, I have the things that I do with myself for myself, because I've been single for 17 years. So I have things that I do with myself for myself.
Yeah.
And then I feel like you should have things and activities that you do with your friends or by yourself. And then we have activities that we do together.
Yeah. And when I was married, that's how we were. Like we did a lot of things outside, but we knew every year we had our Bow Bridge Crawfish Festival. We weren't doing that with nobody else. We did, when Astro World was here, we did, like, there were things that we knew that this is what we do together. But also, I know I want you to have things, and this actually before it was ever really heard of at our age, we did stuff on our own. And that wasn't the demise of our marriage at all. It was something totally different. But we did give each other some freedoms to be able to be yourself.
Right.
And I think that's important, that two whole people, it takes that to do.
Right. It does.
Well, all right, y'all. This was a great Country Boy. Thank you for joining us.
I like having Country Boy on here with us.
It's good to have a male point of view too.
Yeah, that male energy, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Me and Country Boy, we go round and round. It's good to have us an extra But you think like Country Boy. I will say that. You think more like him.
It's indeed an honor to be here with you wonderful ladies, with your
Beautiful.
magnificent
You look how
thoughts.
beautiful.
Beautiful, what impressive, strong, intelligent. Yeah, all of those adjectives are not enough in this world to describe you. So, but no, thank you.
You see, he a smooth talker too, though, right?
I see it. I see it. I see it.
That's like when on Good Times when somebody would bring a man home. Now who is this? Your sister? And they be talking to Florida. Now you know that don't look like her sister.
Girl, you know Florida is look like her grandma, not her mama, her grandma.
But y'all, we gonna wrap it up. Thank y'all for clicking in on this pop-up podcast today. It was really fun. Thank you, Latricia.
Yeah, thank you, Trina. Love you.
Love y'all too. Both
thank
of y'all.
Thank you.
Will I see you tomorrow?
No, my dress. They only had a dress in a size 8, and you're not gonna have me looking like that.
You're what?
The dress was out of my size, out of stock. They only have a size 8 and up. They're out of my stock.
Look, I have a 6. Okay.
Nope. I can't do nothing with a 6. I ain't gonna be looking. I was telling that to
you needed a 4. Did you need a 4?
I need a 4. I can do a 4.
Okay.
But she said they're big anyway. They run big too.
Did you do it from Amazon or African import?
Amazon. I was trying, but they didn't even have a 4. They didn't have a 4 or a 6. They had an 8. And that's
what about especially yours?
Oh, I don't know, but I'm gonna
send you that.
I was trying to do that paying 4.
Okay.
But y'all, let me close out this.
All right.
Thank y'all for clicking in, making the choice to click in today. It was me, Miss Lady over there, Miss Latricia, and Mr. B. Lewis and the Country Boy, Donnie Lewis. Thank y'all for joining me. This was fun. We have to do it again. See y'all later.
See you later. Bye-bye.
All right. Country Boy, you got
Yeah.
Oh, you got to me? Okay, she hung up too. So I'm fixing to go. I got to run. They're finna give away my seat, but I'm only staying for the first set. I'm going to meet that. Remember I told you I'm going to meet them people?
Oh, yeah.
So let me go. I know he gave away my seat. He was so mean, so I know he's not going to save it, but it's I was just standing there for the first set, and I'm going to go in there and do like you. Okay, you didn't save me no seat, but you know what? I'm going to party like it's 1999, like you saved me a seat.
There you go. That's what you do.
All right, I'll see y'all. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.